Today's lineup shows 4 changes from the side that started in Barcelona on Wednesday night. Robert Huth replaces Ricardo Carvalho in defence. There's a rare start for Sean Wright-Phillips as replacement for the suspended Arjen Robben in midfield, where Michael Essien also returns in place of Damien Duff. In attack, Crespo is preferred to Didier Drogba. Well, Tottenham, not surprisingly, named the same 11 that started against Blackburn Rovers, so the in-form Robbie Keane keeps Jermaine Defoe on the subs bench. Spurs now have a settled side, a formation that really seems to suit them, and the confidence of a team that has become very difficult to beat. It's an emotional day here at Stamford Bridge for some of Chelsea's younger fans. No doubt Peter Osgood was a name in the record books. For those fortunate enough to see him play, the man was quite simply a legend. These present-day Chelsea stars, I'm sure, will remember Ozzy as a smiling face around the ground on match days. In recent years, he was the perfect ambassador for the club, always ready with a warm handshake and a favourite story from the swinging 60s. Difficult for the players, of course. They want to pay their respects to Osgood like everyone else, but they also have to concentrate on the job in hand. It's a game that Chelsea are desperate to win after the huge blow of going out of the Champions League in midweek. And it's also a massive match for Tottenham, the supreme test of their ability to mix it with the top teams in the Premiership and prove that they deserve a place in Europe themselves. As the teams get ready for the pre-match formalities, let's have a quick word from Trevor Francis on how we expect them to line up.
Yes, Chelsea revert back to their more familiar formation. They changed it, of course, during the week in Barcelona, but it's a familiar 4-3-3 formation with Makélélé playing slightly deeper than Essien and Lampard, protecting the back two of Huth and Terry. Another great season for Lampard, already scored 14 Premiership League goals. He's the main goal threat. Makélélé, Essien and Wright-Phillips yet to score. Wright-Phillips, only his second Premier League start since October. An important afternoon for him, because with Robin out now for 4 games, serving suspension, it's not been the easiest of seasons for young Sean Wright-Phillips, but he's got an opportunity today to stake his claim for a place as a more regular player in this Chelsea lineup. Spurs, natural 4-4-2. Occasionally change and play a diamond shape in the middle of the park. They try to encourage Lee, the Korean, to get forward on the left-hand side. Often ends up in a very high position, but in doing so, sometimes you can exploit the space that he vacates in behind him. So it's not important that King is very much on his game.
The referee Graham Poll will now call upon the players to gather in the centre circle alongside Peter Osgood's former teammates. Stadium announcer Neil Barnett will ask the crowd to show their appreciation of Ozzy, not in silence, because things were never quiet when he was around, but with the applause that his skill and personality deserve. Well, Ozzy would have enjoyed that. Well done to all concerned. No one can ever replace Peter Osgood as the king of Stamford Bridge. But John Terry has written himself a permanent place in club history, the first captain in 50 years to lead Chelsea to the league title, and probably the first ever to help them retain it. Chelsea now 6 wins away from becoming champions again, maybe less if other results go their way. But this, of course, is the time of the season when nerves start to jangle, even for the most experienced players. Chelsea have failed to win 6 of their last 11 games, and by their standards, that's almost a crisis.
It's great to see the pitch relayed, Alan. It's in fantastic condition, and it would certainly suit Spurs. For me, they've impressed me with their passing ability. Martin Joe encourages them to get it down and pass the ball around, so they'll welcome this beautiful new laid surface. I think it's also worth mentioning that at this stage last season, Spurs were some 10 points worse off than they currently are. That's a degree of just how well this season's going. And with 10 games remaining, the possibility of Champions League football is very, very realistic.
Normally, this would be regarded as a home banker, though. Chelsea haven't lost a league game at Stamford Bridge for 2 years, and it's 16 years since Spurs beat them in the league, home or away. However, this new-look Tottenham team is much harder to beat than teams of old. And talking of teams of old, what a wonderful sight to see some of Aussie's former teammates and friends. Peter Bonetti, Terry Venables, Barry Bridges, Charlie Cook, Ron Harris, John Hollins, George Graham, David Webb, and many more who played alongside Osgood in his 380 appearances in Chelsea's famous blue shirt. A mild day here in West London. As Trevor has pointed out, a brand new playing surface being used today for the first time. And speaking to the ground staff, they're delighted with the way it's bedded in already. Opportunity for Wright-Phillips today. Well, not just today, possibly, because Robin is suspended for 4 games after getting his second red card in 2 months. So Wright-Phillips has yet to play a full 90 minutes in the Premiership for Chelsea. Certainly has the chance to grasp the opportunity now. Davids for Tottenham. Invited Gallas to make the interception ahead of Jenas. There's Lampard, who wasn't expected to play at one stage today because of a hamstring problem. Dawson with the header clear. It's Essien first to react. And Dawson in the right place again. Really has matured, Dawson, in his short time as a Premiership player.
Alan, I mentioned prior to the game about how well Tottenham are doing compared to last season, some 10 points better off. What surprised me is that Chelsea were actually 1 point better off than they were at this stage last season. When you consider the criticism they take, that is surprising.
Crespo crossing for Joe Cole. If it had been the other way around, perhaps Chelsea would have taken an early lead.
Absolutely nothing wrong with this. Good hold-up play from Wright-Phillips. Crespo plays it around King into that dangerous area between the 2 central defenders and the goalkeeper. There's no reaction from Joe Cole, but absolutely nothing wrong with the ball from Crespo.
Chelsea now have a free kick. They've won 23 of their 28 league games. Their only defeats away to Manchester United in November and Middlesbrough a month ago. Lampard swings it in. Spurs came very close to conceding again. Stalteri hooking it away from danger. On skill then by Carrick. Davids. Tainio. And to Makélélé, the South Korean international. Fires the ball on his right foot. Deceived Ferreira cleverly then.
It's always a feature of Lee's game, getting forward into high positions on that left-hand side.
He's in possession again for Tottenham. And wins the free kick.
As you can see, Ferreira having problems trying to deal with him. Naturally two-footed, Lee. Very, very Clever in possession.
Opportunity for Ledley King and Michael Dawson to make their way into the Chelsea penalty area for this free kick. Side by side almost. Cole under pressure from behind, the challenge by Davids, but finds a way out through Crespo. Makélélé. Lampard, who felt his hamstring tighten up apparently against Barcelona in midweek. He hasn't trained properly since. Tainio. Keane wanted it early and gets it. Back again to the Finnish international. Stalteri at full stretch to clear the danger. Spurs on 49 points at the start. One more win will see them equal their total number of points for the whole of last season, and they've still got 9 games left after today. That really does underline what a wonderful job Martin Jol has done. Stalteri has been a steady figure at right back. He's only missed 1 game, the Canadian international. And having a settled lineup has been part of Tottenham's success so far. King, Tainio, lovely layoff for Lee. Mido and Keane making ground into the Chelsea penalty box. Pick out Mido. Ferreira for Chelsea. Gallas. This is Essien, who couldn't play against Barcelona in midweek. He was suspended for that game. Tempting ball down the left-hand side. And Cole almost won the corner. It's actually gone for a throw.
It was a good ball from Essien, but it was all made possible by the run of Joe Cole. Looking to try and attack the back of Stalteri, using his pace. Good movement in behind.
Cole using his movement again to try and find a bit of space from this throw-in. It's gone to Lampard instead, now to Cole. Chelsea have won 13 of their last 16 Premiership games. If they win again today, they'll go on to 75 points. And that's a total that was enough to give Manchester United the championship just a few seasons ago. So it proves that they've raised the bar in terms of the number of matches you need to win to take that title these days. Wright-Phillips gets away from his marker and finds Crespo just in behind him. Makélélé. Gallas on the left. Cole in close support. And Lampard. The linesman has raised his flag offside.
Yes, Wright-Phillips just went a little bit too early. And that's an interesting confrontation that I'm looking forward to this afternoon. Wright-Phillips against Lee. They're just a couple of feet offside. Whilst I mention about the ability of Lee going forward, he does have a slight weakness with his defending, and I'd imagine that something that Chelsea have spoken about prior to the game. They'll be looking to try and service Wright-Phillips as often as possible to try and isolate him in one-on-one situations with the Korean left-back.
Loose layoff by Crespo this time, straight to Carrick. Mido let it run on. Huth got there ahead of Keane, but presents it straight to Tainio. Mido trying to shot. Ambitious and almost successful.
It's a great turn this from Mido. Good little ball in from Tainio into the feet of Mido, who turns and hits it with his left foot. Couldn't possibly have scored from that angle. I'm not so sure whether it was a shot or it was a driven cross. But Czech had to watch it very closely. He got his angles right. Didn't really cause him too much alarm.
Is King. Spurs have lost just 5 games this season. Only Chelsea themselves and Manchester United have lost fewer in the Premiership. And it would have been even higher in the table, but for drawing so many, 10 in all. Keane. Mido suddenly found room, but couldn't find the return ball to Robbie Keane.
And as I predicted, Al, they're certainly enjoying Spurs this lush surface. They're getting the ball in quite regularly to the feet of Mido, who is very clever in possession of the ball. You just feel they've got to get one or two more players up to support him if they're really going to cause problems to the Chelsea rear guard.
Mido on the far post, King has come to the near post, and Mido has been left almost on mark there. Wasn't the most impressive defending, although Huth deflected it away to the Egyptian international. Tainio. Back again to Keane. His cross a good one. King is still forward from the earlier set piece and wins the header. Getting it back from Carrick. Dangerous ball in by Carrick. This is Keane. Dawson and King still inside the Chelsea penalty area. King's header didn't carry any real authority, but they've got a corner.
Just slightly too high for King. Clever ball in from Robbie Keane with the outside of his foot. King was always stretching, just got his head to it, couldn't direct it towards goal, but Terry had to give the corner away. And it's good pressure this from Spurs.
Excellent start by the visitors, but that was an easy take for Čech. Wright-Phillips is target with the first-time clearance. And he's done well here, Wright-Phillips. He's got Crespo up in support, goes for goal! Great double save, but then turned away and wide by Essien when Chelsea should have taken the lead.
This all starts from the kick out from Czech. Lee tries to step up and play offside. It fails. Wright-Phillips gets away from Dawson, tries to go at the far post. Good save from Robinson. Good clearance from Lee. Rebounds to Essien, who really should have given Chelsea the lead. Yet to score this season for Chelsea. This is a good opportunity as the ball ricochets to him around the penalty spot. With the outside of his right foot, puts it past the post.
I remember when Jose Mourinho signed him, he called him the perfect midfield player who could do everything. Scoring goals so far has not been one of those qualities. Spurs off the hook. Carrick. Davids looking for Keane. A great couple of weeks for Robbie Keane, made captain of the Republic of Ireland, of course, scored against Sweden, and then signed a new contract at Tottenham and got 2 goals against Blackburn. Here he is again with the layoff to Tainio, who got that one all wrong.
That counter-attack that Chelsea just produced, Al, all came about from a corner from Carrick, which was too close to Czech, but Czech immediately turned a defensive situation into an attacking one with an excellent kick-out. Lee tried to play offside, but Wright-Phillips was clearly onside.
Dawson's clearance, Mido, Keane. Carrick again finds the right ball for Tainio. He thought he should have had a free kick. Graham Pollar's awarded Spurs a throw. Remember, Tottenham have beaten Chelsea just once in the last 36 meetings in League and Cup. Incredible record. Davids looking for Mido. Keane let it go to Jenas. King cleaning up at the back for Spurs. Huth will win those headers all day. Perhaps one of the reasons he's been brought in preference to Ricardo Carvalho, his height, to use against Mido, who's a very good header of the ball. Jenas. Stalteri. Carrick picks out Keane. Good control from Mido. Ledley King for Tottenham. Tainio. And this is Lee. Keane again. Only Mido in the centre at the moment. Trying to find Davids. Makélélé with wonderful composure on the ball. Now Gallas. Cole's made a run forward. Dawson spotted it. Carrick, pressure from Lampard. Let's force the error. Wright-Phillips. Crespo with him again. He let it run, and this time there was no mistake. Well, he missed a few moments ago, but he didn't let it trouble him. And Essien now has his first goal as a Chelsea player.
Well, Michael Carrick, put under pressure from Frank Lampard, plays the ball square, looking for Lee. Good interception from Wright-Phillips, and a lovely little pullback. They were queuing up for this. Wright-Phillips squares it. Crespo could have had it. He lets it run to Essien, who missed the previous chance. He's not going to miss this. Although he nearly did. It was a little bit too close to the far post, but a reasonably easy chance for Essien. Got himself into a good position in the penalty box. Gives Chelsea a deserved lead.
Almost deja vu there for Essien. He must have had a horror replay in his mind of the miss a few minutes earlier. Wright-Phillips. Dispossessed this time by Lee. King's got nowhere to go. And the Spurs have made a reasonably confident start, but they find, as so many teams have done before them, that when you think you've got the measure of Chelsea, they hit you on the break like that.
I think they were guilty, Alan, of overplaying far too close to their own goal. Carrick was only 10 yards outside the penalty box, really should have hooked the ball away downfield, looked to try and play the ball on the grass to Lee, but it was quickly intercepted by Wright-Phillips. The ball was actually a little bit too short, and it was a reasonably easy interception.
As Cole knocks it straight into the hands of his England teammate Paul Robinson. Chelsea top scorers in the Premiership. That goal was their 57th. And remember, they've only conceded 17, the best defensive record in the division, a record they share with Liverpool. Long way back for Tottenham now, even though it is an early stage of this game. 1-0 was very much Chelsea's most popular scoreline in winning the title last season. They achieved no fewer than 11 victories by that score. Lampard, the lively Wright-Phillips. Must have been itching for this opportunity, having sat out so many games on the subs bench. He's made a good start here. Terry. Essien. Spurs are having trouble picking him up, obviously. And he drives on impressively. Wright-Phillips. Question that it was anything other than a fall rather than a trip. Ferreira's quick throw. Tainio heads it away, but only as far as Crespo. Keane, Mido. This is Tainio. And he took a risk, but he impressively kept possession. Not now, though. They hunt in packs here. And it's Chelsea's throw. Champions have only let in 7 goals in their previous 14 home games in the Premiership. That's how hard it's going to be for Tottenham to come back here. Cole. Makélélé. This is Gallas against Stalteri. Lampard. Bit short for Gallas, but terrific skill by the Chelsea left back. Tried to Essien in that position.
The referee, Graham Poll, is given a free kick against Stalteri. That clever bit of footwork from Gallas gives Chelsea the chance to put another ball in the box, looking for either big Huth or John Terry.
It's Carrick who got it away. Makélélé. One a mistake could give Chelsea a second. It really should have been two. John Terry must have been as surprised as anyone in the stadium.
Well, Stalteri would have been desperately unlucky there if Chelsea had scored. He's trying to take his head out the way, realising that the ball was going nowhere, out for a goal kick. It struck him on the head, fell to John Terry, and tried to bend it in the far post, realising that he was the only player in an advanced position. Tried to surprise Robinson.
Most of his goals for Chelsea have been with his head. I think we've just seen why. And he's the man who sets the standards that others have to reach here. Maybe not in front of the opposition goal. Tainio. Chance here for Keane. Pops it on to Jenas. Maybe that was a mistake, really. The shooting opportunity had presented itself. Gallas. Lampard. On to Makélélé. Essien finding himself a lot of room in which to turn, and finally dispossessed by Davids. Now Jenas. Another loose ball gives Chelsea possession.
I think Spurs are guilty of giving possession away, Alan, because they don't have any natural width in their team. Often you see the central midfield players looking into wide areas, and apart from Lee, who they encourage to get forward on the left-hand side, they don't have a natural wide player in the middle of the park. The four midfield players, I think it's fair to say, they're all natural central players, central midfield players. They've got Aaron Lennon on the bench, of course, if they want to use him later in the game.
As they did against Blackburn last week to great effect. He played very well as a substitute. Here's Mido. One trick too many. Essien read it. Lampard. This is Gallas. Lampard's gone for the return. Goes instead short to Cole. Good possession football this by Chelsea. It was a foul, and that's how Mr. Paul saw it as well.
Gallas is not noted for his attacking qualities on the left-hand side. A great defender. He's certainly doing well at the moment. That was clever play, pushing the ball through the legs of Jenas, forcing the obstruction and winning the free kick.
Here's Dawson for Tottenham. Spurs win against Blackburn last week. It was only their second victory in their last 7 games. They've taken 9 out of the last 21 points available. And although they are hard to beat, they need to start winning a few more. 4th in the table at the kickoff, 6 points behind Liverpool, 5 ahead of Arsenal. Lee for Spurs. Forward by Tainio to Davids. Easily won back by Robert Huth, his first choice for his country, but not for his club. Lee. Tainio. Slid in to Mido. Tainio. Mido's there again for Spurs. Over elaborate, really.
Yes, he had the opportunity to put the ball into the box with his right foot. Didn't fancy it. Brought it back onto his left. Tried to manipulate himself. A little bit of space to get the cross in. But it should have gone in earlier. On this occasion, Spurs did actually get the wide player Jenas into the box.
Away by King. Makélélé loses possession. Carrick. There's Dawson. Tainio with a little flick round Paulo Ferreira, but the Portuguese international knew exactly what his opponent was trying to do. Essien, the Chelsea goal scorer. And by the way, it's almost 2 years since Chelsea lost a Premiership game after taking the lead. A total of 53 matches. The omen's not good for Tottenham. Can't be accused of hurrying, can you, Petr Cech? The final pass he picked out wasn't a bad one. Dawson first to it, though. Essien onto the loose ball. Now Lampard. Gallas. Huth. Crowd encouraging him to shoot, so he obliged, and Robinson dealt with it with some difficulty.
I think that was a great example of a player responding to the shouts of the crowd, Alan, because Huth had no intentions of shooting, but when he realised the crowd were encouraging him to do so, he took the ball forward. Nobody came to close him down, and we all know he's got tremendous power in that right foot. And once again, we saw that ball moving through the air. It must be a nightmare for goalkeepers. The ball moves around so much. Here's Huth, just advancing over the halfway line. Nobody coming to close him down. He's got to be almost 35, maybe 40 yards. And still, the ball causes Robinson trouble. You can see it moving there. Strikes Robinson in the chest. Could so easily have fallen to Hernan Crespo.
Huth doing his job well at the other end. Wright-Phillips. Crespo's already on the run. Can he find him? He just hesitated. And that was enough for Tottenham to regain possession with Jenas here. Asking Stalteri to get forward. Edgar Davids. Keane. He is trying to make a run inside the Chelsea back four, but a wasted run as it happens. Makélélé has it back for the champions. And now Ferreira. This is Lampard. That's a brilliant ball for Wright-Phillips. Crespo on mark, far post, and he almost picked him out. It was good work by Dawson.
You've got to ask, what is Lee doing here? Davids is the deepest of players. He should be looking at Wright-Phillips. He's more interested in looking at the ball. And Wright-Phillips gets himself plenty of space. And the ball possibly should have been better. He should have cut out Dawson. And then Chelsea would have been given the chance to make it 2-0.
He's getting up well. And he's there again. In fact, he committed the foul second time. Ironically, of course, he was used late on as an emergency striker against Barcelona in midweek. Terry at the other end has been fouled there by Keane. Again looking for Crespo, who's drifted out to the left and won a free kick there. Challenged by Stalteri, who's angry at the decision. Lampard takes it early. Cole. The ball whipped in dangerously. King first to react for Tottenham. Without really hitting top gear yet, Chelsea are pretty comfortable in this match. Cole. Crespo. Lampard. Crespo again unlucky. Lovely football. King fills his lines. Tottenham hemmed in until that mistake by Terry presents Keane with possession. Here's Carrick. Davids. Lee. Disappointing. And Tottenham do have a disappointing away record this season. Just one win in their last 6 on the road. That was at Manchester City in January. They've managed only 4 wins in 13 games on the road, Martin Jol's side. Czech certainly takes a long time to get the ball back into play, doesn't he? Away by Dawson. It's come back to him again. Carrick. Robinson looking for Jenas out on the right. Gallas got there ahead of him and finds Joe Cole. Lampard.
He's a great striker of the ball, Robinson, but whenever he kicks it into an advanced area, he's got a problem, because when you look along that Chelsea back four, Huth, Terry, Gallas, they're all terrific headers of the ball. And it's coming straight back at them. They're not able to keep possession up there because of the outstanding heading ability of these players. You saw there that he varied his strike, looking to try and get it to Jenas.
Cole did well there till Stalteri was just that bit stronger. Given away again by Tottenham. Makélélé on to Cole. There's and Crespo. There might have been a handball there from Makélélé. Chelsea won 2-0 at White Hart Lane back in August. Mido, who's on the ball now, was sent off in that game. Gallas under pressure from Jenas. Chelsea are the only team who've beaten Tottenham at White Hart Lane this season. Davids. Clever. Keane. This is Jenas. Another disappointing end to a promising build-up.
And that's how it's been, I'm afraid, the first half an hour. Some of the passing has been nice and neat and tidy. But once they've approached the last 25 yards, the finishing has been poor, and some of the crossing has really lacked any sort of conviction.
Essien's 13th minute goal still separates the sides here as King wins the free kick against Crespo. Don't forget, we've got a Prem Plus bonus game for you later this afternoon. Blackburn Rovers against Aston Villa. Deadly King looking for Mido. John Terry was looking for him as well. And Tainio slipped at a vital moment. There was a cry from the Spurs fans for a foul.
Once again, as that ball came forward on him from the free kick, it was John Terry getting above Mido, winning the ball. You just think that any kind of set piece, Spurs really need to send the two big centre-halves, Dawson and King, into advanced areas, just to give them a bit more aerial presence in forward areas, because they are lacking at this moment.
The King was always going to win the header against the diminutive Wright-Phillips. He's at his most dangerous now with the ball at his feet, but he's given it away this time. It's his 33rd appearance for Chelsea, this, surprisingly. I didn't think the figure would be that high, although most of those games have been as a substitute. Carrick. Now Jenas. Whilst it remains 1-0, Tottenham most certainly still have hope. They've got to be more decisive in front of that Chelsea goal. Ledley King. Keane, Davids. King joins in again. And finds Davids. You have to beat Graham Poll, and he failed to do so, and that's almost opened up a counter-attack again for Chelsea. Referee getting in the way. Good ball, Davids to Lee. King. And back to Edgar Davids. Tainio. Lee. Now Mido.
You've got to give credit to Chelsea though, because when they lose possession, they leave Crespo in an advanced area. And they get 10 players back behind the ball, and they certainly press that ball very, very quickly.
There's Carrick. Just nothing on when he looked up, and that's why he's had to go all the way back to Robinson. And it was all down to the cleverness of Chelsea's tactics. When the ball back like this, they usually use it decisively. Gallas has got nowhere to go here, has he? He did have somewhere. Patient, accurate. Lampard onto Cole. Here's Makélélé. Essien. Even the headed clearance has dropped to a Chelsea player, Makélélé. Essien. Cole let it run to Gallas. Now Lampard. And once again, when Tottenham get the ball away, it's not long in coming back. Ferreira. Makélélé. Cole. It's opened up for the shot. King blocked it. Mido, John Terry hunting him down inside the opposition half. That's great defending by the skipper. Paulo Ferreira. Here's Essien. Huth. It's almost an economic style, isn't it, that Chelsea employ? But when the passing is as accurate as that, it works. Well, it is amazing, isn't it? Sometimes the statistics don't always tell the true story. Huth. He set it out to Wright-Phillips on the right, and although he made a spectacular effort to control it, it's Tottenham's throw. It's so spectacular that he slid into the advertising hoarding and hurt himself. Is this the day he finally gets to play 90 minutes for Chelsea, I wonder? They do have Duff amongst the substitutes. Here's Davids. Carrick let it run. I think he knew exactly what he was doing. Only just got away with it, though. Now Stalteri for Spurs. Carrick's continued his run forward. And gets it back. Dawson. Davids loses out to Makélélé. The referee's whistle had gone for a Spurs free kick, which they've taken far too hastily for their own good. Spurs got a 0-0 draw here last season. Remember the quote from Mourinho that he said Tottenham had defended so deep they'd put the team coach in front of their goal. Well, I think it's only a minibus today, and since they're a goal behind, it doesn't really matter how well they defend. They've got to do better in an attacking sense. Carrick given away once more. How often has that happened? Essien. Now Ferreira. Snuck a little back healer there, Essien. He was equal to it.
There are occasions when you just got to put your foot through it, and I think that was another example there. Tainio just trying a little dink over the head of Essien. He really should be trying to get distance with that downfield to clear his lines.
Well, so far, no sign of the Chelsea curse being shaken off by Tottenham. Chelsea have won more points and scored more goals against Spurs than any other club since the Premiership was formed. Crespo went down under the challenge from Stalteri, but it's a Tottenham throw, the decision. It's been almost a subdued atmosphere here at Stamford Bridge. Maybe it was the tribute to Peter Osgood, or perhaps the early kickoff, but the Chelsea fans don't really seem to have woken up yet. Fortunately for them, their players have. Mido. Spurs fans at that end of the ground trying to rouse their team. Mido. Lee. Jenas on the far post, couldn't pick him out though. Terry's diving header away.
Well, I think they've got those supporters one or two words of advice to Mido, Alan, because they don't want to see him out by the corner flag, and they're trying to get back on level terms. He's a goal scorer. He's got to play in the penalty box more often.
Another great interception there by Terry. Here's Crespo. Good ball too for Cole. Hurt himself here.
Typical Chelsea counter-attack, won by John Terry. Crespo gains possession, releases Joe Cole, who instantly controls it, stretching his foot out to receive possession of the ball, then quickly gets his shot away, despite the close attention of Dawson, but the shot just slides past Robertson's far post.
Been in great form for club and country recently. 4 goals in his last 6 games, Joe Cole, including the winner as a substitute in the last league game at West Brom. Duff keeping active just in case he's called upon. But no one wants to go off in this Chelsea team. You don't know how long it'll be before you regain your place. Cole's been waved back on. Here's Dawson. King. Over the head of Mido. Clearance by Ferreira. Lee onto it for Spurs. And David's showing great athleticism for a man who will be 33 on Monday. Tainio. Keane has got away here. Mido wanted it early, but Keane has gone back to Carrick in midfield. Now out to Stalteri. Well, Ferreira didn't really need to concede that corner, but I suppose the golden rule of defending is put it out first, ask questions later.
last corner that Spurs had from Michael Carrick went straight into the hands of Čech, and it produced a quick counter-attack, almost resulting in a goal for Chelsea.
More careful with the delivery this time, and Mido on the far post rose high. Dawson couldn't get there ahead of Crespo though. Gallas for Chelsea. Wonderful long ball from defence, but Robinson saw the danger and dealt with it. Jenas. Hasn't really got into the game as yet, Jenas. But he's not alone in that respect in Tottenham's side.
I think having to hold down a right-sided midfield role like he is, Alan, I don't think it really suits him. I think he's at his best in a more central role alongside Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick, a natural holding player, allowing Jenas to get forward. And I think that's when you get the best out of Jenas.
As stoppage time approaches, Tottenham have a free kick here. Carrick just waiting for Dawson to make his way into the penalty area, or near it anyway. His header, and danger! Well, they've got to go back. Jenas nipping in, and Tottenham equalise right on the stroke of half-time.
Well, I was advocating on set pieces to get the big centre-halves into an advanced area, and it certainly paid dividends. Ball in from Michael Carrick. Dawson gets up above Huth. Good little header, and that's an excellently timed run from Jenas. Escapes the attention of Gallas on his blind side, gets on the inside of him. Čech comes off his line, but Jenas is first to it. Still has some work to do, but with the outside of his right foot, just clips it into the unguarded net to give Spurs possibly an undeserved equaliser, but it will certainly make their cup of tea that much sweeter at half-time.
Sixth goal of the season, 5 of them in the Premiership for Jenas, who's been here twice with Newcastle and been on the end of hammerings both times, 5-0 and 4-0 in his days as a Geordie. But he's given Tottenham a great chance of righting that particular record now. Chelsea went to sleep right on the half-time whistle and paid a heavy price. And that's shaken the champions and roused their fans as well, who were sitting back in their seats expecting this to be a stroll to another 3 points. Not now, it isn't. Cole trying to find Wright-Phillips. Oh, another opportunity falling the way of Essien. Davids. Now Mido. Davids has continued his run. Well, that's optimistic. Two-minute stoppage time being played. Crespo for Chelsea. Dawson's done well. He's had a good half. Terrific header to set up the goal for Jenas. Mido going in with Huth, who's a big strong boy, wasn't going to be put off by that. Makélélé. Half-time at Stamford Bridge. Tottenham have lost 15 of their last 19 league games against Chelsea, and before Jenas found the target, they haven't even scored a goal in their previous 4. But that is a precious goal to cancel out Michael Essien's strike early on in the half for Chelsea, who've been the better team, passed the ball better, look stronger all round, but find themselves going back to the dressing room at half-time on level. Yes, Tottenham did a Chelsea, if you like. They kept the home team waiting before they reappeared. Chelsea, the only team in all 4 divisions of English football who haven't lost a home game. Their Premiership record at Stamford Bridge this season reads played 14, won 13. Charlton are the only team who come here and escape defeat. Can Tottenham join them? We'll know in 45 minutes. No changes made during the interval. Dawson for Tottenham, who made a big contribution to the first half performance of Spurs, and in particular with that wonderful header that set up Jenas for the goal. By the way, Spurs took it almost a bit too literally, keeping Chelsea waiting. When they kicked off there, Davids was still off the field.
Yeah, it's only a small point, but that wouldn't have pleased Graham Powell, because it's his duty to make sure that both teams start with 11 players, and obviously that was an oversight.
There's Cole for Chelsea, onto their goal scorer Essien, looking for Wright-Phillips. Good work by Lee. And it opened up for him to keep running, but he ran into the considerable brick wall of Makélélé. Small but extremely strongly built. Another free kick. Terry and Crespo ready for the high ball in. And Terry wins the header, but it loops kindly and gently into Robertson's hands. His kick has gone straight to Gallas, who might have controlled that, but was happy to see it go for a throw. Chelsea, if they win here, will extend their lead over Manchester United to 18 points. And they would then be just 5 wins away from being crowned as champions again. Keane with a clever little ball over the top of the defender. Tainio. Looking for Mido. Huth heads clear. Wright-Phillips. Again, he finds no way around Lee, and no free kick either.
It's a good turn from Wright-Phillips, but it's well tracked by Lee. And with a touchline there, Wright-Phillips is always running out of space.
Started brightly, Wright-Phillips. Hasn't really been able to maintain it, though. As Lee finds Mido. Took a hefty thump from Huth, but the referee lets play go on. Now Jenas has got injured as well, and he's gone down.
It's an excellent run from Jenas, coming off the wide position, taking up a more central position, trying to get in behind John Terry. I think that there's only a clash between him and John Terry, which hopefully he can quickly run off. Let's see if there is contact between the two.
It's a strange one, wasn't it?
Straight away, Jenas starts limping as if some problem with his muscle, but it appeared to be the knee, Alan, so I think that the two players have just come together.
Well, from here on in, of course, the England manager will be concerned every time one of his potential squad members goes down like that. Jenas winning his 15th cap against Uruguay. Back in the action. Winning the throw in there for Chelsea. Some concern and dispute. The linesman signalled straight away. And Ferreira looks for Crespo. King staying very tight. A little bit too tight. He's given away a free kick. With Crespo, Huth and Terry up there, it could be a threat to Tottenham. It's gone clean through the Gallas. Now Cole set himself up for the shot.
This is the new Joe Cole. Whenever he sees the whites of those posts, he's looking to try and get an attempt in on goal. Makes himself that yard of space, moving the ball away from Edgar Davids. He was on target. Straight at Robinson.
Dawson's clearing header. Lampard gives it away. Not been as dominant as you expect, Frank Lampard. I just wonder whether that hamstring problem is still troubling him. Ferreira looking to set Wright-Phillips in behind Lee, but he got too much on the pass. Davids. Here's Carrick. Lee. Davids tried a little lob ball over the top, but didn't come off. And Robert Huth wins the free kick off Tainio.
It was interesting there that Lee got forward, as he has done throughout the first half, into an advanced position. The only difference was, on this occasion, Wright-Phillips didn't go with him. And that's surely instructions from half-time from his manager. He just laid up on the halfway line as an extra forward and allowed Lee to get into an advanced position.
Ferreira doing well to keep it on the field then, and find Lampard. There's William Gallas. Stalteri facing him up. Lampard takes over again. Keane played that blind but gets away with it. And here's an opportunity for Jenas to run at the Chelsea defence. Stalteri. Keane. Here's Mido. Keane with the ball over the top, aimed again at the Egyptian international. Huth's clearance wasn't too impressive, and Mido happy to see that go behind for a corner.
Wasn't convincing defending from Huth, was it? He did well to track the run of Mido, but then once he got the ball under control, should really have found touch with ease and not given a corner away.
Well, Chelsea have been warned where the threat's likely to come from. Dawson. They handle him. They've still got to deal with King as well. It goes in again to Dawson, who wins another header. Lee got lucky then. Tainio. Lee. No room as yet for the cross. Ferreira denying him that kind of space. So he finds Tainio instead. Now opened up for Stalteri. Carrick. Keane. Tried the chip. And immediately it's knocked downfield by Čech. King underneath it. And Wright-Phillips keeps it in play. Brilliant. Wonderful defending by Davids. King. Mido heads on to no one in particular. Joko. No, Makélélé was a bit obvious really, and Spurs knew what he was intending to do. Lee has it back for them. Now Davids. Tainio. Ball control, gives it back to Lampard. On to Wright-Phillips. Lampard again for Chelsea, and then Davids takes it off his toe. Keane. Tries the ball over the top, and it was a splendid one as well. Mido. Calm defending between Terry and Gallas. Eventually, the referee gives the free kick against Keane for the foul on Makélélé. Interestingly poised this game, 10 minutes into the second half, 1-1, Lampard. Essien, back to Ferreira. This is Lampard, space on the left for Gallas. And Cole just ahead of him. Decent effort.
But no more than decent, Alan, because I think the shot was actually going wide. Gallas comes in onto his right foot, feints to shoot with his right, back onto his left, strikes it. Robinson makes sure, just dives past his near post.
Here's Gallas again. He got his first ever Chelsea goal against Tottenham in an FA Cup tie 4 years ago now. Cole. Terry slides it back to Joe Cole. And the skipper again in possession for the champions. There's Huth. Lampard. Great ball. Crespo, Wright-Phillips in the middle. Could have easily been an own goal. Ledley King very relieved to see that hit the top, not the back of the net.
Great football this from Chelsea. It's a glorious ball from Lampard in behind Lee, and Crespo does well. He puts it back into the danger zone very, very early, looking for Wright-Phillips. Ledley King reads it. Comes off his knee, could have gone anywhere.
Terry with a header. Another brilliant save.
Well, the three England players very much involved here. Lampard with the corner, Terry with a header. And the England keeper Robinson makes a great save with his right hand to deny Chelsea the lead.
Chelsea have just increased the pace and the rhythm now. Huth this time was the main threat, but Mido just stood his ground and got in his way, really. Keane. Mido got up better this time, but Huth's a very difficult man to out-jump. Ferreira.
Finding it difficult, Chelsea, to penetrate because Spurs have got a lot of players behind the ball. And they're making it even more difficult now because Keane, obviously under instructions, he's dropping back. And wherever Makélélé goes, he's going with him.
Well, no team in the Premiership has drawn more games than Tottenham this season, but they wouldn't mind adding to that list with another one here today, I'm sure. The share of the points would leave them 5 points behind Liverpool and 6 ahead of Arsenal. And remember, their two closest rivals meet at Highbury tomorrow. So it could be a very good weekend for Spurs. Tainio trying to get it back to Lee. Excellent work by Ferreira. And a good ball out to Wright-Phillips. Brought down by King, was he? Now we're going to Stamford Bridge. They're level. Cole. Wright-Phillips asked for the early ball, but not there. Chelsea, of course, coming off the back of a midweek Champions League match, a tough one at that, and a trip to Spain. While Spurs just concentrated on training and preparing for this game. Could that be a factor, I wonder, later on?
I think if one or two of them start to get a little bit tired, Alan, don't be surprised to see the introduction of Duff and Drogba. They seem the logical substitutions if the team remain at 1-1.
Lampard tries his luck. But you've got to be very lucky and very talented to catch out Paul Robinson.
Essien wins the confrontation between him and Davids. And he just sits up nicely for Lampard, trying to add to his 14 Premiership League goals with that volley.
Yes, only Ruud van Nistelrooy and Thierry Henry have scored more than Lampard in the Premiership this season. What a record for a midfield player. Clash there involving Mido. The whistle is gone. In terms of goal attempts, as you can see, Chelsea well ahead. Once again, concern for the watching Spaniard and Eriksen. This time it's John Terry who's injured.
He may just have gone over on his ankle there. As he fell, he was clearly off balance. And this is a worrying moment for John Terry and Chelsea, and obviously Sven-Göran Eriksson. He's been motionless now for a good 30 seconds, and it's unlike John Terry.
Certainly is. He's the only Chelsea player who's figured in every game for them this season. And looking at their list of substitutes, there's no obvious replacement. They've got Del Horno, a left back, Duff, a winger, of course, Drogba, a striker, Maniche, an all-round midfielder, and Kudicini's the standing goalkeeper.
William Gallas will play centre-half, Alan. With Del Horno coming in his normal left-back position.
Well, they won't want to take any risks with him, that's for sure, but equally, they won't want him to lead the action. Looks as though Chelsea are happy to send John Terry straight back on once the ball's back in play, and indeed that happens. Huth's clearance straight to Carrick. Makélélé flicked on by Lampard. Dawson intercepts for Tottenham and finds Lee. Jenas comes back to Gallas. Cole tried a little flick round Stalteri, and he knew what he was trying. Well, Chelsea almost expect to win here at Stamford Bridge. 13 of their 14 home games have ended up with them getting all 3 points. So they will be disappointed if they don't win again here. But Tottenham are nothing if not resilient these days. Giving up possession to the home side here, but forming an impenetrable wall on this occasion. Mido winning the throw for Tottenham. Tainio. Proves nothing wrong with him as he nips in to win it back. It's gone out. King. Not sure Robinson really appreciated that. Carrick. Gave Tainio too much to do. Well, looks as though we are going to see the first change, and now that he's satisfied that John Terry is all right, Drogba is the man they're going to bring on. Steve Bennett didn't quite seem sure who he was. I checked the number on his shorts. A straight swap for Crespo, I wonder, or does Mourinho have something else up his sleeve? King. Keane. Huth. And on to Gallas. Drogba's ready to come on now. Cole. Essien. A little bit untidy at the moment. Gallas. Makélélé. Essien finds himself under pressure from Carrick. Essien again. Most of the options closed down by this thoughtful Tottenham system. Very hard to penetrate. And in the end, John Terry gives it away. There was a passage of play like this in the first half when every Tottenham clearance went straight back to Chelsea and there was no break for the Spurs defenders. Intelligent ball by Keane into Carrick. And he's nudged aside by John Terry, free kick, and that will give Drogba the chance to come on. And I think it looks as though they're also, well, I was going to say they're also going to bring on Damien Duff, and I think they are. Never afraid to make changes, Jose Mourinho, and so often they work for him. Mind you, when you've got this kind of quality to come off the bench, no wonder. Joe Cole will go. Damien Duff on in his place. He scored when Chelsea beat Spurs 2-0 in August, and once again Sean Wright-Phillips doesn't get 90 minutes under his belt as a Chelsea player. He goes off. Drogba, whose birthday it is today, by the way, he's 28, he comes on in his place. Carrick floats the free kick in. The linesman has flagged here. Graham Poll hasn't seen him yet. He has now. Free kick to the home side. What do you make of the changes, Trevor?
Well, he was having a long discussion with Drogba on the touchline about exactly what he wanted, and when I saw that, I anticipated Crespo staying on, because otherwise it would just been straight 1-for-1. He obviously wanted something different, and it appears that Crespo is playing out on the right-hand side, Duff on the left, and Drogba taking up his normal position. That's the centre-forward role. So the system doesn't change. It remains 4-3-3. But Crespo, well, I'm not sure that he'll relish playing in a wide right position. If you're told by Mourinho to do it, you get on with it.
Yes, there haven't been too many occasions when those two have found themselves on the field at the same time, Crespo and Drogba. It's usually one or the other. Stalteri back to Robinson. Terry. Over Lampard's head. And the splendid Dawson reaches it with no great bother. Forward for Mido, up against Huth. Carrick. Here's David for Tottenham. We're still very much in with the hope of winning this game. Never mind just drawing it. Carrick. Stalteri. Jenas, whose goal just before half-time gave them equality. Here's Davids. On to Lee. Spurs slow it down. Stalteri. Don't forget, we've got an extra game for you on Prem Plus this evening. We're at Ewood Park for Blackburn Rovers against Aston Villa. King with the ball over the top for Keane. Hasn't had a sniff of a goal-scoring opportunity as yet today, Robbie Keane. Pulls it back to Jenas, who took a wild swing and completely missed the ball, giving Damien Duff his first touch since coming off the bench. Now Lampard. Makélélé. On to Crespo. The layoff finds Paulo Ferreira. Duff eager to see as much of the ball as he can. Carrick's in strongly to win it back for Tottenham, however. Carrick, very calm play by him. Davids. He's shaken off one challenge. And another. Good work here by Davids. Can he produce the cross? He can. Out of that, Spurs win a throw.
It's interesting that since the substitution has been made by Chelsea, it's not had the desired effect. In fact, it's had the reverse, because Spurs seem to have been lifted by those substitutions. They're now having a little bit more possession of the ball.
Keane with the clever little reverse ball to find Tainio. Mido couldn't reach it. Perhaps Jenas will. Oh, he can't either. But this time it's Spurs picking up the second ball with Carrick. Into Lee.
The problem they've got, though, Alan, is if they get the ball into the box, there's only Mido in there. There's so many players waiting for the ball outside of the box.
Good spell in the game this for Tottenham. King. On to Tainio. Here's Davids. Lee finding Keane. Just bought himself that little bit of room, Keane, and it's a great run this. Jenas didn't look well he was playing it. Straight to Damien Duff.
I think it was more in hope, wasn't it, than anything else. He knew he was being put under extreme pressure. He had to play the ball early, and he was just hoping that it was a colleague to his right and not Damien Duff.
Here is Duff. Great cross. Spurs at full stretch to do with that. Paulo Ferreira. Oh, that's disappointing by him, and he knows it. No problem for Huth. A no-nonsense defender, if ever there was one. Well, he used two substitutes in one hit. He's about to use his third now. Maniche getting his orders. Mido finding himself trapped in the corner. And Chelsea come up with the ball. Makélélé for them. Dawson, not sure he realised that Crespo was right behind him, and Robinson almost got himself in trouble then. Did well in the end. Drogba. Carrick gets there ahead of Makélélé. Davids for Tottenham. Full of belief that they can go on and win this game here, Spurs. Mido just got caught napping by Gallas. And that's got the crowd going again. The Chelsea fans, anyway. Essien. Here's Lampard. Ferreira. For Looking for Crespo in the centre. Dawson hasn't missed much today for Spurs, though. Lee fishes that one out of the sky, but then gives it away to Robert Huth. Every point won, every point lost at this crucial stage of the season magnified, and with 15 minutes to go, if the score stays like this, then Chelsea will regard it very much as 2 points dropped. Davids on to Lee. And the Dutchman takes over again for Tottenham. Excellent game he's had. Carrick. That should give Maniche the opportunity to join the action. And he will replace Essien.
Great work from Wright-Phillips. And Essien arriving at the right moment. Side foots it into the corner of the net for his first goal for Chelsea to give them a deserved lead. But unfortunately, they haven't gone on from there.
Maniche making his 7th appearance since joining from Dinamo Moscow. As Carrick tries to lift one forward and finds Mido. Keane hesitated, thinking he was going to be offside. Lampard. Here's Drogba. Crespo's on the run, but he's offside.
A fine ball this from Drogba, receives possession, but Crespo just goes a little bit too early. The two central defenders, or the one central defender, Dawson, and his right back, Stalteri, very much in line. Good defending. Crespo trying to penetrate in behind. There's plenty of space. He just went that fraction too early.
Well, so far it's been a performance that has underlined the great improvement in Tottenham this season. They haven't qualified for Europe through their league position for 23 years now, since they finished 4th in season 1982-83. They've got every chance of doing that. They started this match 4th, remember. And Jenas is in here. He could win it for them.
What a fantastic goal that would have been, because we just witnessed here the best pass of the game. Ledley King over the top of Gallas, superbly taken from Jenas on his right foot, and he should really have drilled that ball with much more power. It was a comfortable save for Czech.
Will that act as a wake-up call to the champions? Duff for that. Gallas. Here's Maniche. Lampard. Now Makélélé. Taking a risk. And he's won a free kick. Drogba looking to play it in early. They didn't quite get it right. Stabbed away by Carrick for Tottenham. Makélélé. Here's Maniche. Ferreira. This game intriguingly poised now, just over 10 minutes remaining.
You have to say too, Alan, for a London derby, it's been played in great spirit. I can't remember a yellow card in the game. It's been really played with fantastic commitment. But the two teams have just got on with it. Just as I mentioned that, there's a little altercation, but I don't think Graham Powell is going to brandish a yellow card.
You're quite right, he certainly hasn't so far. Mr. Paul making it clear to all concerned that the free kick will only be taken when he's ready. Pretty much the view that the Chelsea players will have of Paul Robinson in his goal.
It'll have to be something special to beat Robinson from this distance.
Drogba backing away, Lampard next to him. Took a deflection, and it was a clean one in the end for Tottenham, though the danger hasn't passed yet. Corner.
Every player back in the opposing penalty box to defend this corner.
And Gallas sneaking in. Mido got the final touch to clear the danger.
What an important header that was from Mido, because that was going straight onto the head of Huth.
Now Lampard. Into the final 10 minutes at Stamford Bridge, still 1-1 here. Will Tottenham do what only Charlton have done so far and deny the champions victory at home? Kept in play there by Drogba, but in fact the linesman has decided that the ball did cross the line. Goal kick. Well, if you look at these statistics, Martial has won a higher percentage of games than any Tottenham manager over the last 13 years, and there have been 8 of them in that time. So from whichever angle you examine it, they seem to have finally found the man to take Tottenham where they believe they should be.
I think I'm also right in saying, Alan, that Spurs have lost a lot of points in the last couple of minutes of games, which have cost them quite dearly. So that will be very much on Martial's mind. Whilst Chelsea have made 3 substitutions, he's stuck with the original 11.
Duff. He wrong-footed Stalteri with that brilliant little step over and pulled it back, but couldn't find another blue shirt. Tainio's clearance has gone straight to Paulo Ferreira. Makélélé. Can Chelsea find a winner here? Away by Stalteri. Lampard. Jenas made sure he got no further. Mido working hard. And just as you say that, Martial decides it is time to make a change. And it's a like-for-like swap. Robbie Keane will come off to be replaced by Defoe. Defoe relegated to the substitutes bench last week against Blackburn after starting the previous 4 games. He's got a good record, by the way, against Chelsea. As a West Ham player, he scored against them no fewer than 4 times.
It's not a negative substitution though, Alan, is it? No thoughts of a defensive midfielder or a defender coming on to try and keep the 1-1, which they've got. It's like for like. In fact, Defoe has gone up into a more central striking area, and it's Mido now who's going to play the Robbie Keane role. That's just in behind the front, in and around Makélélé.
Maniche on to Gallas. Duff again skips inside Stalteri, who could only halt him by bringing him down. Duff's made an impact since he came on. Could this be a crucial free kick?
Plenty of height in there, haven't they?
Lots of targets for Lampard or Duff. Lampard who swings it in, and Robinson safe hands as ever.
He won't be happy with that ball, Frank Lampard. Too much pace on it. Easily goes through to Paul Robinson. Slightly overhit the ball. Wasn't looking for that type of ball, with so many blue shirts waiting for the ball to come into that area.
Maniche. Drogba's layoff finds Lampard. On it goes to Crespo, who's offside. Flag had gone up.
We thought for a moment there, as Lampard chests this down, he's going to hit it with on the volley. But you can see to his left, Crespo, who quite clearly is just in an offside position. Assistant referee, absolutely right to raise his flag.
Into the last 5 minutes at Stamford Bridge. The champions and league leaders being held here by Tottenham Hotspur, who have had the best chance of the second half to score a second goal. Lampard. Good ball. Crespo finds Duff, who let it run for Gallas. Oh, well played, Gallas. And in the end, Carrick took it off him. And takes Tottenham forward now. Not much on for him, and he ran into trouble. Gallas came back to recover well. Lampard knocking it in, looking for Crespo. Well, normally in that situation, you'd put your house on him, wouldn't you?
What a great ball that was once again from Frank Lampard. Looks up, hits a 40-yard diagonal ball. Crespo, nothing wrong with the position, but the actual execution, he got totally wrong. Poor technique. Always difficult trying to hit a ball coming across you on the volley. He realised that if he controlled it, then he probably would have been closed down very, very quickly by Ledley King. Took it first time and got it hopelessly wrong.
Mido making life hard again for Huth. Maniche, back to Makélélé. It's a great run here by the defender. Now Ferreira loses out. And there might be a hole he's left behind, a hole that Defoe could fill. Mido up with him. Davids. Carrick just helps it on to Lee.
It's very noticeable there that when Ferreira actually lost possession, there was no possibility of a quick counter-attack by Spurs, because Chelsea were very much aware of that, and they had 3 defenders back plus Makélélé making 4. So they may be going for the win, Alan, but they've also got one eye on the fact that they don't want to lose what they've already got, and that's 1 point.
You can certainly afford to draw a couple of games in the position they're in. Not that that will lessen the disappointment at all. They'll still have a 16-point lead, even if it ends this way. Less than 3 minutes to go, and there won't be that much stoppage time. Just that knock for John Terry, I can recall. Makélélé. Spectacular header by Maniche to pick out Ferreira. Good work there by Jenas, who had that glorious chance to give Tottenham what could have been a winning lead. Lampard. Maniche. It stayed very tight to him, didn't let him turn, forced him to look backwards. Good ball out of Huth. Drogba wanted it played in early. Crowd getting a bit impatient and a bit frustrated now. They're used to seeing Chelsea winning, as I said before. Gallas plays it in, away by King. Tainio helps it forward, only as far as Huth. Spurs continue to frustrate the champions as Makélélé hits it long. Drogba! It could be Tottenham's lucky day.
It was a good cross, Alan, but Dawson, he got under the ball. He's very lucky to get away with that.
As Lampard weaves his way through. Now Defoe finding Mido, who had no support at all. Drogba fails to celebrate his birthday with what would have been surely the winning goal. But maybe another chance will come his way yet. Duff. It's come back to him. And he couldn't accept the second gift. And now Spurs get the free kick. And we've got all the way into the 89th minute before the first yellow card.
this is where Drogba almost gets the winner for Chelsea. Dawson goes under the ball. Good control from Drogba. Sets himself nicely for the volley. Front foot volley. Strikes it well. Beats Robinson. I think he just got a touch to it, Robinson. So must go down as a brilliant save. Indebted to the post.
Well, if he did, it was, as you say, a crucial intervention. It looked, from our angle, I must say, as though that was going in. We're into 3 minutes of stoppage time at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, Tottenham 1. Drogba's header on, Maniche couldn't get in behind Ledley King.
And once again, Dawson misses the ball coming in from a wide area. He's got to concentrate now the last couple of minutes. That's when so many goals are scored. He already had a warning this now and got away with it thanks to his goalkeeper with a brilliant save.
Stalteri's clearance has only gone as far as Damien Duff. Now Gallas. He's done well here and gets his shot in. Oh, what a goal! William Gallas scores the winner. Stamford Bridge erupts. Even Peter Osgood would have been proud to score a goal like that. Magnificent strike. Look what it means.
Well, there are some goals that are absolutely unstoppable, and you're just about to witness one here. Gallas coming onto his right foot, goes past Stalteri too easily, but what about that for a strike? Superb strike. Robinson, he can't get anywhere near it. Wonderful finish. And what about the reaction of the manager? He knows that's the goal that gives Chelsea 3 points.
William Gallas, who scored his first ever goal in English football against Tottenham, has returned to haunt them once again and push Chelsea a little bit closer to retaining their title. You've got to feel sorry for Tottenham. They have held on and held on. Might have got a second goal themselves, but now have conceded one. And with only seconds to go, can they find another equaliser here still? Dawson leaves the throw to take up his position in the middle. That's where he'll be more valuable. As Tainio throws it in. And Chelsea get it away. Crowd imploring Graham Poll to blow the final whistle, and now he obliges. It's 1 down, 5 to go for the champions to retain their title. That's how close they are to being crowned as Premiership winners once again. And you can see how much that means to the Chelsea players. The Chelsea curse strikes Tottenham Hotspur yet again. Still 16 years since they beat their rivals in a league game. They were so close to a point today till William Gallas stepped up and did what all of his strikers had failed to do and find the net with a spectacular shot. They're shell-shocked, these Tottenham players. They knew they were just seconds away from holding the champions on their own ground, something that only Charlton had done before them this season. But why the teams become champions? Because they have very special players who can win games. Gallas is one of them, an unexpected hero, but a hero nonetheless. Blue is the colour, rings around Stamford Bridge once again.